Hi everyone, have you ever wondered what the I Ching is, how to use it, what is the crack? My name's Anthony Cummins and I'm the author of the Ultimate series. So this is the Ultimate Art of War, the Ultimate Guide to Yin Yang, and now the Ultimate I Ching. So this has just come out for all you I Ching people, and they all fit together as a series, and there'll be tons of them coming out, and they look really good together on the shelf. So if you don't know what the I Ching is, or you're struggling with the I Ching, I'm going to give you a very brief overview, okay? So we're going to start there. So let's start with the basics. What is the I Ching? Now the I Ching, or how do you say it? It's Yi Jing, basically, but you don't need to copy the Chinese too close, but I Ching is better than I Ching, okay? So the I Ching is closer than most people say it. Right, however, what is it? It's your way of connecting with either the ancestors or the Tao, the universe behind the world, and getting answers to questions that you have. However, it isn't an oracle in the sense that, should I do X and it says, on the fourth day this will happen and you should do that. It's not like that. It's literally where you say, should I do this? And it will give you a series of ideas or quotes or sayings where you take from it what you think is the best option for you and the changes you should make. This is called the Book of Changes for a reason, because it is the changes you adopt in your life to get you to a better path. So imagine if there's a golden path in the middle and you should be on that golden path, and when you get to a point where you think, I'm not quite sure, it goes into the dark mists. How can I carry on with the golden path? You would say to the I Ching, you would say, ancestors or great spirit, please help me in this. You would face a certain direction. All the info is in here. You would open up your your I Ching book from the rose silk handkerchief if you want to go down that. You get 3 coins or you get a series of stalks. You can even do it with tokens. It doesn't really matter. And you say to the universe, listen, universe, I need the answers to this. What's the answer? The universe is not going to go, well, actually, on this day, do this. It's going to say, well, I'm going to guide you, but you have to make the changes to get there. So these are the best changes you probably can make. Okay, so what we'll do is, that's what you're aiming to do. And I'll now take you through how you should understand the I Ching. Now, you might have heard of the words hexagram and trigram. Trigram is easy to understand. It's just 3 of something. So there's 3 lines. You get a yin line or a yang line, okay? And a hexagram is 6 lines. You get a hexa, 6 lines. Now, what you're looking to do is you're looking to make your own hexagram. And the way you do that is by casting coins. I'll go into that in another video. Or by stalks. You put stalks in your hands. And what happens is you come up with 2 trigrams, basically, that bring you to a hexagram. Now, that hexagram has its own place in the book. So if you get hexagram 13, you go to 13. If you get hexagram 60, you go to 60. There are 64 hexagrams. Now, don't worry about the maths too much, but basically there are 8 trigrams. So if you times 8 by 8, you get 64. So the different 3-layered ones, if you mix them up, you end up with 64 different 6 lines. Now, that is the universe's answer to you. So when you go like this, universe or ancestors, whichever way you want to believe it, please give me this answer. They give you 2 hexagrams, you match them together, and it gives you, they give you 2 trigrams to give you 1 hexagram, and that will be your answer. But it's not an outright answer. There are some other things you have to look at. And what it is whether you should look at a specific line. So when you build a hexagram, you build it like a house. You build it from the bottom upwards like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like a house. That's why we've put the house image there. And you're going to get either yin or yang lines, and you're going to get static lines or moving lines. Don't worry if you don't know all this. I'm going to be doing it in future videos. But what I'm trying to point out to you is, if you're just brand new to the I Ching, is that basically you're asking the gods a question, they're giving you some lines, you're building 3 lines, then excuse me, then you're building 6 lines, and that gives you an answer, and you turn to your answer. But inside of your hexagram, one of the lines might be important to you. You're like, okay, so we've got hexagram 20 there, yeah? And there are 6 lines in hexagram 20. And during your casting, it'll say, hey, the universe will say, line number 4 is the best one for you. This is your answer. Now, you don't go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. You go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So line number 4 on hexagram 20 is here. And this is your advice. Observe the people directly involved with the situation. The way they behave will help you decide what to do. If they conduct themselves dishonorably, do not progress down this path. But if they are honest and good, then you should proceed. Look above all to the most senior person involved. In this situation, avoid allying yourself with bad people. It will only change you, okay? So what that's saying is, if you've rolled your rolled dice, you've thrown your coins, and you've got this answer, number 20, and it's line 4, yep, you then know, okay, I go to number 20, and let's have a look at the observing, watching, and contemplation. This hexagram appearing in your casting means that you should take time to observe the situation and consider if the move you are making will really benefit you or not. The lower trigram is earth and the upper one is wind. The idea behind this image is that the wind moves over the land and sees everything. So that's your answer, but it says, hey, line number 4 is most important to you. So then you go, okay, 4, it says, look out for bad people. If they are bad, you're going to make the wrong changes here. So stick with the good people, the people who are clearly honest and nice. And that's the advice you get for your situation. And of course, there are 64 hexagrams with 6 lines. There are over 300 and odd different pieces of advice. In the old ways, in the old Chinese ways, it would say, for example, it'd say something a bit philosophical like, the chair in the house has got damp, therefore the paint has come off the foot. And the next line would say, the chair in the house has got damp and the paint has come off to the sort of halfway up the leg. The chair has got damp and it's become rotten. I have stripped all of that away. I've got rid of everything like that. Or for example, another one is, the cart brakes have failed, be careful of this. It's too much for you to get into a modern sense. So I've stripped it all for you guys, and this is sort of divided into 2 sections, an absolute step by step, easy to understand with a timeline. How should I use the stalks? How can I use the I Ching? What is yin yang lines? What is the 8 systems and everything? And it's all there. And how do I roll roll again? How do I use the coins, etc.? There's the chart you can use. The chart for finding it. And the second half is all the 64 hexagrams really, really, really easily put together for you, so that you know how to throw the coins, which is your important hexagram, which is your important line, should it transform into a different hexagram to give you what to do in the future, and exactly what line to read. It's all sorted for you there in one easy to understand book, guys. So hopefully you'll get yourself a copy. Right, and don't forget, if you're interested in the series is getting bigger. We're only up to book 3 at the minute, but it's going to be 10 books by the end, 20 books by the end, whenever I die and stop. So there you go. Right, guys, sorry for the fire dust. Okay, get yourself a copy of The Ultimate I Ching. It is now November in 2022, and this is on pre-order. This is the first and original copy that came out in the world. So pre-order it, and if you're out after Valentine's Day 2023, it's already out. Get yourself a copy. It's about understanding the I Ching. And my last word on this is, I went through all the I Ching books, and the one thing I found out is they either were way too wild in their interpretation, or they were too accurate in their translation that it made no sense. The dragon rises on the 4th day in the 7th moon. Off you go. And what does that mean? So I've made it clear for you. I've done all the work so you don't have to. See you next time.